All right, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. I want to bring out an article today about the North Korea talks, just to show the pride and the disrespect of these devils here in America. And I want to bring out a few scriptures to go along with the article, so I'm going to jump right into it and make it as quick as possible. Now, this article is from redstate.com, and the title is North Korea declares a state of war with the U.S. Ha 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 ha, so on and so forth. So they let out a long laugh at the end of it. All right, North Korea is pretty much the armpit of the earth. As you know, Esau he's a funny guy. He throws these jokes and insults. He's a very funny guy. It's a place where people starve, their dictator government throws people in work camps for the slightest political offense, and Dennis Rodman is a welcome guest. The country looks even worse when you check out his neighbor to the south, South Korea, who is all light, life, food, and no Dennis Rodman. So they criticizing North Korea for the things they do to their people, but you're oppressing your people right here in your country. The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Mexicans, and Latinos over here. That's because South Korea is a capitalist country while North Korea is a communist hellhole. This massive political difference has caused, to put it lightly, tension between the two countries. Excuse me. It doesn't help that we're close friends with South Korea and do a lot to keep their capitalism safe and secure. In fact, we're more or less responsible for it. This makes every little thing we do there an excuse for North Korea to get angry at us, and the latest thing we've done is cause North Korea to declare a state of war against North America. The reason being is that we declare sanctions on Kim Jong-un while we often sanction North Korea as a country. This is the first time we've done it to his leader, to the people of North Korea, who view whichever Kim is in power as the equivalent of a god. This is a step too far. I mean, stay out of other people's countries. Director General of the U.S. Affairs Department at the North Foreign Ministry, Han Song-ryol, if I'm saying that right, expressed the displeasure of the DPRK and declared they stepped over the red line. And this is the quote from the guy in Kim Jong-un's regime. The Obama administration went so far to have the impudence to challenge the supreme dignity of the DPRK in order to get rid of his unfavorable position during the political and military showdown with the DPRK, Han said, using the acronym for North Korea's official name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The United States has crossed the red line in our showdown, he said. We regard this thrice cursed crime as a declaration of war. The reason Kim was put on the list along with 10 others is due to the human rights abuses the North Koreans suffer under his rule. Of course, the North Korean government denies this, saying that these are just lies and that the eyewitness accounts, video footage, and pictures are all false accounts. But what about the video footage and eyewitness accounts of the atrocities you put Jake through over here in America? Where are your sanctions? Because who are you going to believe, the communists or your lying eyes? North Korea will likely do nothing to the pride of this devil, and will probably amount to just being more barking from China's rowdy pet. You see, that real funny, that disrespectful. This white guy is a funny guy. Still, threats do have to be prepared for, as a unified Korea is one of the top goals of the country. It's why we do drills to make sure South Korea will be well defended if the time comes when the Kim decides he's tired of looking at how great the capitalists have it. This is something that has also angered the DPRK, and Han weighed in, stating nobody what kind of influence this kind of vicious confrontation between the DPRK and the United States will have upon the situation on the Korean Peninsula, he said. By doing these kinds of vicious and hostile acts toward the DPRK, the U.S. has already declared war against the DPRK, so it is our self-defensive right and justifiable action to respond in a very hard way. We are all prepared for war, and and we are all prepared for peace, he said. If the United States forces those kind of large-scale exercises in August, then the situation caused by that would be the responsibility of the U.S. These guys are pissed off, and America takes them lightly. As you can see, the North Korean communists think like the communists in colleges here in the States. Their actions are only the result of other people's actions. Practices war tactics against a state that is consistently hostile is an intelligent move, but preparing yourself for the worst against a communist state is an act of aggression in the communist mind. The equivalent of saying, so what if I'm constantly threatening to beat you up, stop learning to fight? If it's war the North Koreans want, it's not really, then they'll have it. And while they have the largest army in the world, it's still not a match for the tidal wave of bombs that would be dropped on it. Korea is a state that is perpetually having just graduated from the Stone Age in many parts of its country, and the parts we're allowed to see are a sham display of well-fed people and Communist Party success. In short, North Korea is a joke, much like their war talk. So you see the pride of this devil. They take every situation lightly, and they think it's a game. Now I'm going to jump into a couple scriptures. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 3. You know, it's just one chapter. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So that's talking about Esau, the devil, man, this white man, and you could tell he exalted himself as the eagle. The pride of his heart have deceived him. This article shows you the pride of these damn Americans, these Babylonians, which are the Edomites. Their pride have deceived them. They will be brought down. They think these guys, other countries, are a joke, but it's not like the good old days, the glory days of America. And I'm going to jump into another scripture. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. You putting sanctions on people about what they do in their own country. You don't keep at home. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So that's what these nations are doing, man. Woe to him that increaseth himself as hell and never keepeth at home. How long? How long do you think that America can keep this up? How long? I'm going to bring out one more scripture. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought low unto the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? That made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. And that's going on right now, man. You saying that you are not worried about North Korea and these little countries, but it's going to come a point where they're going to say, have you become weak as them? Because America is going down. O Lucifer, how art thou fallen? And you can see the pride in this devil's heart. But pretty soon, this damn devil, this whole way of life over here in this godforsaken place is going down. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.